Oh my god, I'm like a superhero or something. I've got magical powers in it. All right, Zachary. All right, calm down, babe. You just stand there. There you go. Yeah, there you go. So, Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Let's talk about it. Hello Shazam and DC fans of YouTube, welcome to another That's Joe video. My name's Joe and that's about it. And today we are reviewing Shazam, Fury of the Gods, the latest DC film, one of the last chapters in the DC extended universe before we enter the Gunverse, or should I say just the DC universe. But yeah, I've been waiting for a while for this film. I very much loved the first film. I thought it was well executed. I thought the director, David F. Sandberg, did a fantastic job. Considering he comes from a horror background, even though there's elements of horror kind of weaved into the first one, and definitely this one. But I really enjoyed the first one. So I was very excited when they announced the second one, and Zachary Levi returning, and a lot of the main cast from the first one. And what did I think of it? Well, I don't know if you just had the train there, but I thought it was great. I thought I had a really good time watching it. I didn't take it too seriously. I think a thing I'm finding out as I grow older and obviously go more blind, hence why I'm wearing these. I've got too many screens around me. I can't get my eyes to do that. I have to wear these. But I had a lot of fun. And I laughed at some of the really dumb jokes that I wouldn't usually enjoy. Some of the humour is very, very much missed for me because I think it's like American sort of twisted humour. I don't really like that. I really like blunt British fucking, humour and everything. So not everything worked, but I came out of it and I went, oh, that was a good, what was it, 2 hours? It wasn't even that, to be honest. It wasn't even that long. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Now, obviously, the biggest thing of these films is that the main cast in this. So basically, the film is about Billy Batson, who is Shazam, and his fellow foster kids are still learning how to juggle teenage life with their adult superhero alter egos when a vengeful trio of ancient gods arrive on Earth in search of the magic stolen from them long ago. Shazam and his allies get thrust into a battle for their superpowers, their lives, and the fate of the world. And it's a very, very basic plot. I have to say, it's a very, very predictable film, but I kind of like predictable sometimes, especially on a Saturday morning. I went to watch this at 10:30 in the morning in an IMAX screening, in a very empty IMAX screening, which we'll get onto in a bit. And I had a great time. I really did. But the main thing is the cast. They are fantastic. The Shazam family are all brilliant. They're each of them are unique in their own ways. Not in terms of power, to be honest. They've all got the same power, but I really like how they bounce off each other in terms of dialogue and everything as well. So yeah, I think seeing the Shazam family all together throughout the film was definitely a big plus. The first one obviously had Zachary on his own until the final act of the film, but at the end of that first film, I really wanted to see more of these guys, and to be honest, it worked really well. So props to David F. Sandberg and everyone involved. Now, the villains in this, I loved the villains in this film. Probably the biggest highlight, obviously, Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, and Rachel Zegler. Fantastic. They were brilliant in this film, and they had their reasons. And that's something I find with DC films, is that all their villains have a really good purpose for what they're doing, and in a way you can understand, but obviously it's not the right thing to do. But they were fantastic, and I have to say, Lucy Liu, she is terrifying in this film. She wants blood. She wants your organs. Got Helen Mirren over here is like, we will take over, and she's like, I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna fucking kill them. I'm gonna rip them up. Special shout out to this Shazam member for no reason. Another fantastic thing about this film, the VFX. They are brilliant. They are so well done. Apart from the flying and everything, when you see people flying, they still haven't kind of stuck the landing with how people fly in movies, but the VFX for the creatures, for like destruction, for the superpowers and everything, fantastic. A star. Like, seriously, like, the VFX in this film are really, really well done. I have to say, Jack Dylan Grazer, who plays Freddy, is probably, well, who should have been Shazam. I'm not even going to lie. He is fantastic in this movie. He really goes for it. I want to see more of this guy. I want to see more of this character. I loved him in It Chapter 1, and obviously I loved him in the first Shazam. I think he's a fantastic actor. He is starting to get a bit old now, but I can't wait to see what he does in future. He does a really good job in this film, so I thought he definitely deserved a shout out. And another person that deserves the shout out is David S. Sandberg, who directed the film. It is so well directed, this film. I really think DC should be trying to give him more projects in the future, whether that's television or film. In terms of Shazam, this is when we start getting into the negatives, because I don't think Shazam, unfortunately, is going to survive post-release this, if that makes sense at all. We'll get into that in a minute, but in terms of negatives for the film, again, predictable. The humour isn't quite biting. It's not hitting me in the right places. I'm not laughing at the right places as well, I found. And I thought maybe it's just American humour. It doesn't quite work with me, American comedy and everything. British humour obviously does, you know, oh, fucking, yeah, dickhead, whatever. That all works for me, that sort of humour. But the Shazam humour doesn't quite work. And another issue I have, and it's not like the biggest issue, is Zachary Levi. And he is great in this film. He does a really great performance, especially during the serious scenes. He is really good at those really serious, dark scenes. But the comedy, man, it's not the same as the Billy we see in this film. Billy is older now. He's nearly 18 years old, and he's matured a little bit since the first one. Zachary doesn't really take that. They don't communicate the two characters well into the persona of Zachary Levi as Shazam. And that was one of the biggest problems for me. But I definitely, if there was another Shazam, Zachary Levi should definitely play him. But he was slightly the weakest part of the film for me. But hey, what can you do? He was doing his job. He was playing the character that people loved in the first one, that I loved in the first one, but I wasn't seeing any growth there, unlike the young actor who plays Billy Batson. So yeah, that was a bit of that's a nitpick, to be honest. I think the biggest problem with the film is that I think it is just not funny. I don't think it's the funniest thing. There were some really funny moments, but this is this is supposed to be their funniest movie. You know, this is supposed to be a really funny character. I think it's time to get in some really comedy gold writers and everything. I think it's time to kind of eke out stuff, be a bit more, I don't know, be a bit more gritty, say a few more swear words and everything. I know Shazam's a family film. It's all about family. But so is Fast and Furious, and that's got loads of violence and death and everything. So you can do that in Shazam and still get the family to the cinema. Now, in terms of Shazam 2 and me thinking there is going to be no more forward, and I think there should be, because I think there is so much more to do with this franchise and take it in a slightly different direction, even if some stuff right now for me is not working, is that Shazam Fury of the Gods is seeing a $30 million opening, which is not brilliant. To be honest, most of the traction, the talk of Shazam isn't about Zachary or the superhero sort of thing. It's about Helen Mirren, because she was in the Fast and Furious films, and it's about the Eminem song that was used not very well, to be honest, in the initial trailers and everything. But it's not looking great in terms of box office numbers. I'm just going to see quickly how much Shazam 2 was budgeted for, because it must have been a little bit more than the first. So Shazam 2, the budget was 125 million, and then you probably double that with the marketing and everything on top. But yeah, 125 million, that's quite not big, but the first one was 100 million, so they got an extra 25 million, and it definitely shows. I mean, the VFX in this is great, but to be honest, this feels like Wonder Woman 1984, and that had a budget of 200 odd million, and the graphics are shite in that film, but it could be because of the cast and everything. It was quite an expensive cast. Remember, Shazam doesn't really have any well-known faces in it, apart from Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu and everything. Zachary Levi, I guess, sort of counts, but at the end of the day, they are the bigger stars compared to him. They probably get top billing. But I'm really worried about the future of Shazam. I really, really am, because I have enjoyed it, but it does need to go into a different direction. Should they have done that for the second one? No, because everyone liked the feeling of the first one. So I think they did the exact right thing with the story they were telling in this one. But after two of them, I think you can take it somewhere else slightly. And if not, then goodbye Shazam. I don't know. But I really enjoyed the film. I had a really fun time. It's going to be weird going into The Flash, which is a bit more world changing and multiversal. So it's nice to have a DC film that was just relaxing and fun. And yeah, I liked it. I really liked it. Anyway, guys, what did you think of Shazam Fury of the Gods? Have you seen it yet? Have you not seen it yet? Comment below what you thought of the film or what you want to happen in the film and the future of Shazam. I'd love to talk about it below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and may the Force be with you. It's the wrong film. My disguise.